Annoying. I have a feeling that this battle, no matter what I do, is just going to be one of those shitty battles. That's just like down to like the last two people. Because every enemy has like a huge AoE attack. I guess that this doesn't kill. Actually, I'd have to press so many buttons just to get like back. Let's do this. Yeah, still needs another attack for him to die. Or two. I don't think Dragonfire will do enough damage. Even if I could get it on him, it's only going to do 40 damage, and that's not a wealth of damage. And then they'll just both do like big bomb attacks and kill whoever they need to kill, because there's no avoiding it. Actually, let's do this. Of course you can't hit anything. Why would you be able to hit anything? So that should definitely kill him. That's one out of the way. It's gonna be like magical dick rubbing at the end of this game. Or like send one person out to suicide so that way they can use all of their abilities on them. Yeah, might as well put some more damage on them, because I have a feeling that they're just gonna bombard me next turn. I'm going to consider this is probably going to be the target. I mean, there's no way to avoid this damage. Especially not when they have such a huge, like, can cast it 3 times in a huge range. There really is no avoiding it. I mean, the best you can do is mitigate it. I mean, if I had 2 people with Heal Soul, it'd probably work, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the most I can do is try to, like, keep people alive in between. Either way, he has way too many hit points for me to do anything about it. And I'm gonna get hit by the next one. I think it's only hitting. It's only hitting those 2. It'll probably kill both of them, or almost, or kill one of them. Yeah, I really can't stress enough how important it is in tactics games. Are you serious? Are you really serious that this guy will just keep resurrecting people? That is fucking bullshit. So basically this guy's back and completely... Okay, good. He loses his magic points. Okay, he can only do it twice, thankfully. Well, since you're going to be suicidal anyway. And he gets a turn. So essentially you could kill someone and let them die and then have an extra turn out of it. That's kind of ridiculous. Alright, how many hit points do you have? 150? Alright. I think that's the reason why, like, Disgaea and Shining Force really shines so far ahead of so many other tactics games. It's mostly because they don't do stuff like this. Like, granted, Disgaea has some hard-ass bosses, but, like, they're more hard-asses in they have a crap ton of hit points. And it's like, literally, you just have to level yourself up and get the damage on them. Because otherwise, their abilities will just destroy you. Hopefully you kill him. Good. Doom, level 42. Yeah, I figured as much. Might as well waste it now, because you're going to be wasting it on me anyway. I'm probably going to have another reanimator in a second. Yep, here comes the reanimator. Goddamn bullshit. You know, like, none of my characters can cast that spell. Like, they just don't have... Like, the few characters that can wouldn't be casting it. But it's just like... That's ridiculous. That he can cast it twice. But then again, the enemies have, like, double and triple the hit points. What do you mean, what's the story so far? Other than this battle is goddamn bullshit. Can you really not walk over that? Or can you not jump down? He still has one more Dark Punish. I have a feeling I can't jump down. No, this is just normal difficulty. But basically they're giving me like 4 bosses with a guy that can... Well, first off they said defeat the trio, and there's 4 guys here. And the one guy can resurrect people. You really haven't... It's a little more... I can't really like explain it to you. It's pretty much you have 3 factions fighting against each other. So now you're starting to head back to the Empire because plans went awry. But there's a lot more to it than that. Alright. Yeah. none of my characters can get over. Because apparently they can't fall down a certain height either. Seriously, it's 600. Let's see, is anybody really badly hurt? Hammett is, but I don't really give a shit about Hammett. Probably. Yeah, I really love that during the peaceful protests for Ferguson, apparently somebody decided that it was time to start shooting someone else, and someone got shot, and yeah, somebody just started like opening fire into someone in the crowd. Okay, can't cast that. Let's try this. Since you're right there. And then undercover police officers. Yes. Undercover police officers saw him and went to chase after him, and he apparently shot at them. And yeah. Yeah. Apparently the officers have already been suspended, which is goddamn bullshit. Like, you can't keep penalizing police officers for shooting people who are shooting at them. Like, that just is fucking pathetic, in my opinion. Like, someone shoots at you, you shoot back, that should be totally legit. But people are making a big deal about it, again, because some black guy started shooting at people, and, you know, then somebody shot back, and it's like, uh-oh, better not do that, because there's a protest about a kid who got shot. Like, maybe there's a bigger problem here that you're not looking at. Like, maybe these people should stop breaking the fucking law. He better not go first. Good, good. No. This was like a, yeah, he was guilty as hell. It's not the usual, like, witnesses aren't answering who, you know, opened fire into the crowd last Tuesday night. It's literally like some dude decided that during this protest was the perfect time to exact his revenge on somebody. But it was great because, like, you see the, like, CNN is, like, interviewing somebody, and then they make this, like, awkward face, like, talking about, like, do you think you're making strides to make your community safer and better? And he's like, I think we've done a good job making sure that, you know, people can feel safe again, and blah, blah, blah. And then, pretty much, right after that, it was, like, gunshots go off, and it's not, like, one or two, it's, like, you know, like, it was a good 10 gunshots. Okay, you're out of Dark Punish now. At least you better be. But apparently the guy was, like, fleeing the scene of a murder, and with a gun. Apparently there are already reports saying that it was an illegal handgun. It's sad that there are so many goddamn illegal handguns in the United States. I don't mean illegal as in, like, have bad mods on it or something that make it illegal, but, like, it's a stolen handgun. And racism, whatever. I mean, it's still like, why? Why do you have an illegal handgun? Let's see. You still have some magic points left. You don't. Just steal all of his magic points and be done with it. Well, a long time ago in the 80s, someone made a point about modified handguns. And one of the mods people like were up in arms about. Oh, here you can have a front grip on a pistol. But it was like the whole point was that the weapon was unsafe when used with this mod. And people like went apeshit about it, like, ah, why are you banning this gun mod? It's like, well, maybe because people who experience this gun mod get their hand blown off. That's usually a pretty good reason not to, you know, allow something like that. Because it's unsafe. And not like normal unsafe, like pretty damn unsafe. This is the stuff I can get them at. It's 250, but he's much lower. You snooty cow. That's gold. I don't know what his movement is, so I don't know what he can do. Let's see. Yeah, he's pretty damn mobile. Let's just move you down this way. It was a type of silencer that had questionable outcomes. I think it was I want to say it was a PPK silencer that apparently had a tendency to, the bullet would get stuck sideways in it, and it would cause the gun to malfunction and blow up. Like, make it fatally jam. We're probably going to move him first. He only has one magic point, so let's try that. Nope, he moved first. Seriously, you can walk all that distance? No, they banned the silencer. Not all silencers, but they banned that specific one. And then it was about the question of whether they legally could ban said mod. So then it just came down to just ban the mods. Like, ban certain types of mods. That's why. Really? You do just enough damage to kill him? This fucking battle is such bullshit. You do 47, they do 67. But it became that it started the whole like, well, certain modified weapons should be banned. Well, that's what people worried, but it wasn't. But there were a whole bunch of people that cried stink on it and were like, they're trying to take away my guns. Well, it banned like a whole series of guns that had like essentially dangerous and or questionable mods. Really? He survives by 2 fucking hit points? Oh my god. Let's see, who's the lowest on health? I think they'd most likely go after him. All guns have a potential to fatally injure you. If a gun gets jammed and it blows up, that will probably kill you. I mean, at the very least, blow your hand off. But the issue in question was due to a piece of the gun or otherwise blowing up in someone's hands and killing them. No. Whenever you have a contained explosion inside somewhere, you're having the force detonate pieces of it back at you. That is more than enough to fatally kill you. There's more than enough power inside a 9mm to kill someone. Especially if the gun jams or malfunctions. Alright, let's see. What can I do? I can't cast that? Well, it does, so... I mean, it's not really up for debate. It certainly did, and certainly did kill someone. And 9mm malfunction quite frequently, as they are a popular model of gun. Down on health, not really. Of course, now he does that. Holy shit, 155? So all of the force from that bullet would just magically disperse? That doesn't even make any sense. When guns blow up, there's a whole show about guns and the danger of like things that can happen with guns. And one of them was a basic 9mm exploding and basically like blew off a piece of a guy's hand. So 155 damage, Jesus. I don't think I have enough to kill him or to heal myself from that. And then just magically escapes. It's not really how recoil works. Because you're still dealing with a pressure explosion that still has to have an out. let's see, what is your move area? Quite a bit. Yes, and if the barrel is blocked, then it can't leave. And the only place it has is to either cause a blowback inside the gun barrel or not. Like, it has to go somewhere. Like, you can't just make the force disappear. And if you stick your finger in a gun barrel and shoot the gun, that will either cause the back end of the gun to either blow out or malfunction heavily, or it will cause your finger to be jammed out of the other side of the barrel, because the force just doesn't disappear, and there's no compensation for that unless you have like a... Yeah, exactly. And whether that's your finger at the end of the barrel or the back end of the gun, it has to escape somewhere. Could try minimizing it, but I highly doubt that would work. Why would it go through the side of the silencer? A silencer is usually something that dampens the noise, doesn't remove the gas pressure or anything else that would be inside the barrel. Alright, I don't know who he's going to attack. So let's just move you. Okay, that's what I figured. Kill her in one shot. Yeah, but they're certainly not as thin as the interior of the back part of the pin mechanism. Oh my god, 65 damage this asshole. Yes, which would be more than enough. Which would be more than enough to fatally wound somebody or have the gun blow up in your hand. Because all that energy has to go somewhere. And even if it went out the back of the gun, because the back ends of guns are not usually known for their strength and durability, that if it literally got jammed at the silencer tip, it would basically be like the gun's barrel itself was imploding or exploding. Okay. If you plug up most guns when they're firing, they will blow right the fuck up in your hands. I mean, you won't have the gun be disintegrated, but a piece of that gun will go flying back at you. I mean, that's pretty much a guarantee. Or the barrel will splinter. and just break apart. The effect is best shown in rifles, especially antique rifles, where the end where the hammer is will be weakened because it's not a connective piece with the barrel, because you need somewhere to insert the bullet. It's either like you're going to have a crack where you take it to lock it to seal the chamber, or it's a turn chamber where the chamber turns, and therefore when it turns and the piece of the barrel moves up on the handgun, where normally the cartridge is ejected, there will be a cover over that plate, and it basically turns left and right. And even in a basic 9mm bullet, when you turn it, all you have is that tiny little plate that's protecting you from the place where the cartridge gets ejected. And those parts are certainly a lot weaker than any other part of the barrel. Usually barrels are reaffirmed, and you don't have to worry about that. It's what's the barrel's connected to, what's the seal cap on the end, that makes the biggest difference. That's why people blow their hands up when they try to make lacrosse stick shotguns, or like hockey stick shotguns, is that the back fitting doesn't fit, and it allows basically pressure to escape out the back, which causes a fatal explosion, which can certainly kill you, even in something as small as a 9mm bullet. Yeah, in a rifle it is. But that's a turning mechanism. It's the same thing that's in it. It's very similar, not the same thing. It's very similar to things that are in handguns. Well, yeah, they had to make them sturdy because that's essentially what would be the weakest point. The barrel's all one sealed piece of metal, but the rest of the backing is not. There's plenty of videos and things like that of people showing how the back pin and things like that of handguns explode, or if they're not properly maintained and the bullet gets basically stuck in there, that the explosion will go backwards instead, that the force will basically reflect back, especially if it gets jammed, and will usually blow out of the back of the handgun, which probably is what caused the fatal incident. It probably got hooked on the silencer on the way out, and the bullet's now jammed in between the silencer and the barrel,